Hey guys, welcome back. Took a little break from the YouTube for a little bit, just needed the break. So anyway, back in full force today. Well, actually, as of last Friday, I decided to get a new rooftop tent. That's not the new one. That's my old Ironman RTT. That is a 56 inch, which is a 2+ configuration. And what I decided to do was to get one that would comfortably sleep at least 3 people and 2 small dogs if needed. And so I ordered a 23-0. I was concerned with the current supply chain issues and things like that may not be able to get that relatively quick. Contacted them, wanted to make sure that they had it in stock. And 3 business days, and it is here. Well, it's on the dock in the closest town, so should be arriving today. I ordered some other things from them, some like the fitted sheets and things like that, and that stuff is sent UPS, and that's also supposed to be here today. So we'll come back and do that. Just kind of want to give a how they ship it. Everything that they do to ensure that there's going to be 0 issues with the tent when it gets here, and the process by which they want you to document everything just in case there is some sort of problem with shipping. I'll come back when the Old Dominion truck pulls up with my new tent, and we will inspect that. Then we'll obviously go through the whole process of doing setting it up, getting it on the 4Runner. It's going to stay on the 4Runner unless I'm going to go rock crawling or something like that. I would just probably leave it on there, and at least until it's not tent camping season anymore. So anyway, all right, check you guys out later. All right, so it's almost been a week since we were expecting to get the 23-0 tent delivered. It's not 23-0's fault. Old Dominion's just basically had it there since last Thursday. Should have been delivered on Friday. It is now the following Wednesday. I called yesterday. They do not know exactly why it hasn't been delivered yet, but we will pick that up as soon as it starts to come off the truck and we do our inspection. We still have to get it installed on the 4Runner, so there's that still to come. Got a lot going on, so anyway, we'll just get back to it when we get the shipment in. So just fingers crossed that there's no damage or anything. Make sure, as they have noted, I've got pictures of it before it went on the truck. You just want to make sure that you do your due diligence before you sign for it, just to make sure that it didn't incur any damage in shipping, because it's on you if you don't note it at that time. We'll check back in with you just as soon as we unload it off the truck. Two chairs. I would imagine that's the package. This should be the annex. It's a one-man job here for me at this point in time. So I'm gonna open this up and get it laid down on the ground. Get the ladder out of it. I'll try to go ahead and get the ladder put on it while it's down on the ground. Take some measurements between the 2 rails, and what I plan on doing is using this pallet jack here. Set it up here. Anyway, all right, I was gonna pull it out real quick. We'll take a look at it. Very impressed with the way that they packed it. I mean, it basically looked just like it did when it left their facility when I got it here, with the exception of it kind of going missing from ODU for about 3 days there. ODU, I've got March Madness on the brain. So anyway, whenever they finally got it delivered to me, I mean, it looked the same as it did when it left their facility. So anyway, all right, we're gonna get it off, use some of this extra padding that they have with this. We're gonna lay it down, pull all the stuff out of it, get all the hardware and whatnot, and get it mounted on here. It shouldn't take too long. Weather cover, poles for the windows, and the snow rod. Telescoping ladder. I'm assuming this is the ladder pad for your annex. And I believe this to be the hardware. Stakes included with a wrench. We won't be using these. All right. And for the ladder, there's going to be 4 of these bolts, 8 washers, and 4 lock nuts. On the inside here, you've got this open portion. Just zip that back a little bit. You can get your hand in here, and then when you can actually put a socket on the other end of that, and then properly tighten that down. You're also going to have here tape on both sides of it, just to keep, I guess when it was in storage, to keep it from getting any moisture that would have possibly have been allowed to get inside the tent. So you want to make sure you take that out. Get the hardware over out of the way. It's going to be like that, and I would assume that the little gray piece will go in between here and here. Will help take up that gap. Okay, ladder is now officially installed. 2 washers on the outside, the nylon piece or the little wear ring in the middle, isolator, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so tent's in the air, made a few measurements. So if you're wondering, it's approximately from the center line here to here. That is 28 and a half. That's 28 and a half inches. So we're gonna just mock this up to try to get it centered on the rack, and approximately 28 and a half inches between these 2 spans here. This way, so then that way those long crossbars are going to go across. 1 bolt will go through here. It's going to sit, and then we'll use the hardware that they include, probably a washer or 2. We can get to the bottom of it still. Brackets are installed. Now it's going to be the fun part, and I'm not 100% sure once I get the tent drop through here. I don't know whether or not I'm going to have the available space to be able to get my hand underneath there to tighten that up. So I may have to get like really creative with that. All right, I'm gonna attempt to go ahead and put the front ones in there and just slowly work it forward. I think I've got enough travel on this to get the platform probably within like 2 feet of where it needs to be, and then I can just slowly start to push it from there onto the roof rack. You didn't get to see the entirety of me wrestling this thing on there. I will say this, word of advice, don't be a hero, get some help. Anyway, yeah, so that SD card just gave out on me. But anyway, like I said, don't be a hero. Do it, get some help. It's gonna be a lot easier. I got the front two in. My hands are like way too big. I'm probably gonna have to try to find me a longer gear wrench of some sort, and maybe attack it that way. I think I could at least get, I can probably get it started though. Let me get the front two kind of started, and then that where I can still tilt it, I'll tilt it up. Put the slide the back two keepers into the extrusion, and I guess essentially that's got it knocked out. Currently on the passenger side, I'm just now getting around to tightening the mounts down to the rack, and they've been rather easy to get to. The back two can be accessed from underneath rather easily. Actually, let me show you a little bit better on this side. Yeah, so this is the wide spot on the front runner rack, right here. This is the narrow spot, and as you can see, that's tight. So I have to come in like this, but my fingers are long enough that I can just catch my little ratchet. So I got this side. Now the last one is this passenger side. And this passenger side, this is a doozy. So now I can see I got to work around the awning. And done. Finally, 20 minutes later. Wow. Persistence pays off there. Okay, first step is going to be to remove the 4 straps that hold the weather cover down. I'm going to check the time real quick just to actually see how fast this goes. 5:41, I don't know if you can read that on there. Okay, the next step in this process, there are 4 straps internally that hold the mattress cover, or the mattress, both ends of your mattress platform together. And you want to undo those. And then once those are free, you're going to extend the ladder and then use the ladder for leverage to open the tent. All right, with the ladder down, now the thing we're gonna have to do is get it to the right angle. 70-degree angle is what they recommend, and there's kind of a special process by which to do this. One drawback I have to any of this, actually two things. If you'll notice this, okay, on a lot of these tents you have to store that down flat to the base of the tent. This one is designed to just fold back up, but what normally happens is, as I'm trying to do that, it flies away. The material that it's keeping tucked up falls out. So then I'm left trying to fight it. So instead of it being nice and like this, folded up, where it's just like a book, I get this. It's high on one side, and it drives me nuts. I'm going to try something a little different when I stow it this time, just to see if maybe I can correct that issue. But that's just a little pet peeve. The other thing is the telescoping ladder. There may be something slightly wrong with mine. It just is a little bit finicky, and they have a process by which to get to that 70 degrees. So let me show you exactly how they recommend to do it. Okay, you're going to hold the top three. All right, and the contractor switch actually worked much better, so maybe it's just getting broke in. Anyway, hopefully that's about 70 degrees, and we're going to finish real quick, and I'll have to get the little rods, and we'll go around and install that rods. All right, so let's set this up real quick and get it fully, just like we were setting up camp. All right, let's go to the back. That took right at about 10 minutes, maybe 15, but bear in mind I kept stopping the camera and repositioning a couple of times. After a few days, you get in the mold of doing this. You can knock it out really quick. Okay, while we walk around the Walkabout 62, let's talk about some features. 3+ person sleeping capacity. It has a queen bed with a 62 by 96 sleeping area. High quality 280 GSM ripstop polycotton canvas. Has a 3-inch thick sleep comfort rebound mattress with a cotton top and waterproof base to provide maximum sleeping comfort. And it insulates the tent from the cold and eliminates the need for a condensation mat. It also has a sky view panel where you can actually stargaze. Very easy to set up and pack down, and it also includes a 2-year warranty. The biggest selling point is the light suppression technology. It filters out 100% of the light coming in, and it will make it completely dark even in bright sun, and that can make it so cool even on a summer day. Makes a huge difference. You can see all the stuff is covered. and everything's covered. All the zippers have nice tabs on them, so they make it really easy to grab. Plenty of storage pockets. Here it is in all its glory. And like I said, I've slept in it a couple of nights now, maybe three nights, and it sleeps exceptionally well. Before I put everything back up, let's just discuss real quick some key things. The light suppression technology is literally no joke. Let's go on price. The Walkabout 62 is $1,999. I'm not exactly sure currently how quick, but again, lightning fast delivery times, and it was very well packaged by them to minimize any kind of damage that it might incur getting to me or you or whoever. This is money well spent. I honestly think this, just the way it's made, the attention to detail is just crazy. Skyview technology, light suppression technology, memory foam mattress. I mean, the list goes on and on. Telescoping ladder. But before we wrap this up, and I'm gonna try to get this tent stowed and back together before my kid wakes up from his nap, because he's gonna think it's time to camp in the yard. And we may have some storms tonight. I don't necessarily want to camp tonight. I kind of like to grill in the backyard and just hang out. So there's always that. But anyway, we're gonna put this tent away. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave those in here. Oh, I guess there were 4 of those. So we're gonna try to do this with one hand if we can. Do apologize. All right. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, pressure is off. In the next clips, we're gonna go ahead and fold the tent back up. I make mention here that the tent does not want to completely close. Part of that is that the annex bar should be exposed and the tent material should be on the other side of that. Otherwise, your tent material is going to grab and it will keep it from being able to pack completely flat. So put your material on the other side of that, secure your bar, and then proceed to fold up. All right, that didn't really help any. I had to climb back up there and lift it back up, and for kind of push that back in there where it goes. But now I can't be the only one having an issue. I mean, if you can see, look how, I mean, it's just, there's so much resistance. I mean, so when I get it strapped, you'll see, I mean, it sits way higher on this side, and shipping it to me and everything. I mean, I don't know if I'm leaving something zipped up that should be open. I don't know, it just doesn't fold up quite the way I would expect it to. This is better. I had to lift it back up. Of course, it's a chore for just a single person to lift that back up and then make sure that everything kind of gets pushed back in a uniform manner. Because I had a lot of the rain fly was out, but it did go in better. I just wish there was just some way to keep that nice and tight up against that, but there's really not. I had to go back up in here. I had left those open, and by closing the pole on each side, it seemed to let it go back, get another couple of inches further down. But you really have to lay a little force to it to be able to get it to lay what I would call just a uniform arrangement there. All right, let's get this weather cover and we'll wrap this thing up. Get the 4 straps and we're done. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me and letting me bring you along for the ride of getting my 23-0 Walkabout 62. Unboxing, the ordering process, taking it out, mounting it on my vehicle, setting it up. I love everything about this except for the close-up procedure. And it could be that I'm missing something. If somebody's got some sort of a hack to keep that mattress from falling and to keep that nice and tight where it tucks up, I'm all ears. I did notice one thing that when I got in a hurry, some of the material was kind of like a little bit everywhere. I did not reattach my flaps over the windows, so that probably didn't help anything. But anyway, I love the tent. Don't get me wrong. It's just if I could change one thing, it would be that thing that annex part, because I mean, setting it up, it's great. And I might get used to this. After a while, it may be something that's just second nature, and I just don't even complain about it anymore. But anyway, I'm Jeff. This is Will to Live Outdoors, and thank you for coming along for the ride. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And we will see you again sometime. And this concludes our video. Thank you.